will be accountability within the FBI and outside of the FBI, and we will do it through rigorous constitutional oversight starting this weekend. For those of you who think that there's going to be a two-tier system of justice, not with Attorney General Bondi. There's a singular system of justice for all Americans, and there will be accountability. And the reason that this mission is so important is simply the following. 100,000 people last year raped. 100,000 people died of CCP fentanyl overdose and heroin. 17,000 homicides. Violent crime is out of control. We cannot have a United States of America where that is acceptable, where someone dies every 30 minutes, where someone ODs every 7, where someone's raped every 6. That cannot be allowed to continue, and it will not be allowed to continue. Our national security mission is equally as important. Anyone that wishes to do harm to our way of life and our citizens here or abroad will face the full wrath of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And if you seek to hide in any corner of this country or any corner of this planet, we will put on the world's largest manhunt and we will find you, and we will decide your end state, not you. We will uphold the Constitution. We will uphold ourselves to the Constitution.
We will hold ourselves to the Constitution. Big takeaway there. Holding the Chinese accountable, holding criminals accountable. How did Patel get here, you might have asked at some point? Well, if you remember, Patel was vital in exposing Russiagate. He was the first to uncover the fact that Hillary Clinton and the DNC were behind the fake dossier that kicked off impeachment proceedings against President Trump. And he stuck to his guns. While the mainstream media and the establishment called him a conspiracy theorist and a whack job, he stayed focused. And eventually his Russiagate expose was vindicated by the Mueller report. But that hasn't silenced his critics. They still attack him, especially after Donald Trump tapped Patel for director of the FBI. Adam Schiff, for example, after the confirmation hearings, went after Patel this way. Listen.
This is someone we cannot trust. This is someone who lacks the character to do this job, someone who lacks the integrity to do this job. We know that. Our Republican colleagues know that. The only qualification Kash Patel has to be FBI director is that when everyone else in the first Trump administration said, no, I won't do that, that crosses moral, ethical, and legal lines, Kash Patel said, sign me up. In the first Trump administration, as we are seeing in the second, you rise to the level of your sycophancy, and no one is a bigger or more dangerous sycophant than Kash Patel.
There is a man terrified by the prospect of Kash Patel as the head of the FBI. I wonder why that is. Shifty Schiff was at the center of the Russiagate scandal. He and his team coached the so-called whistleblower that submitted unverified testimony against Donald Trump. And then didn't admit they did that until the New York Times pointed it out. And here's what Kash had to say about Schiff before, in the past. Listen.
Adam Schiff is the worst criminal in Congress in the last 250 years. Adam Schiff went to the podium day after day after day saying, I know nothing about this. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to protect it. And then Adam Schiff, led the prosecution of the impeachment trial in the Senate of President Donald Trump. Talk about someone who was conflicted out of the game because he was part of the hoax that brought Charmella in, manufactured that false accusation, and then peddled it out to the world. And he continued, not surprising, he's lied about almost everything in his life. But now he lied just to set up a presidential impeachment.
Yes, he did. He did lie to set up a presidential impeachment. No wonder Schiff is squirming in his seat, trying to convince anybody that will listen to Patel is a dangerous pick. And guess what? Patel is a dangerous pick for Adam Schiff and people like him who have something to hide. Now the media is foaming at the mouth with claims that the FBI is just going to become the primary tool for Donald Trump's vengeance tour. Here's NBC's Kristen Welker trying to corner Trump into admitting as much while he stays calm, cool, and collected and once again wins the debate. Listen.
Is it your expectation, though, that Kash Patel will pursue investigations against your political enemies?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want to see that happen?
If they were crooked, if they did something wrong, if they have broken the law, probably. They went after me, They went after me and I did nothing wrong.
Trump stating level-headed. There should be nothing controversial, by the way, about the idea that if Trump's political opponents are breaking the law or broke the law or consistently broke the law and abused their position in government, they should be held accountable. There's nothing controversial about that at all. Maybe Donald Trump is above going on a vengeful rampage, but I'm not. Kash Patel's book, Government Gangsters, has a list of 60 deep state operatives embedded in our government. They need to be weeded out. They need to be held accountable. I don't know about you, but I want to see it happen. And where should he start? Well, we've already seen Adam Schiff as a real possibility. How about Hillary Clinton? She's belonged behind bars for a very long time now. Let's just do the math. Her campaign funded the debunked Steele dossier behind Russiagate. She's admitted as much. But the consequences of it nothing more than a fine, a slap on the wrist. What about the 33,000 emails she deleted that were subpoenaed? What about all the money she's raked in from U.S. aid? The Clinton Foundation receives millions in federal funding every year and millions more from other countries. This has happened while she was Secretary of State. It was an abuse of power and her office. But sure, let's give her the benefit of the doubt that millions of dollars didn't affect her foreign policy priorities, please. Where is that money actually going? Because you might remember this from a couple of years ago when a Haitian reporter begged Donald Trump to look into that very question because he said Haiti didn't receive almost all of the money that they were promised by the Clintons. Here's a reminder.
In 2010, the earthquake of Haiti, not only American taxpayers, but the whole world has given billions of dollars to the Clinton Foundation for the Haitians. Not even 2% of that money went back to Haiti. So, Mr. Trump, we are asking you.
Not even 2% of that money went back to Haiti. Hillary has a lot to answer for. I'm quite sure the FBI could uncover a lot of dirt if they took time to look. And the list gets longer and longer. We're going to continue to dig on this. Congratulations to the new setup of the FBI. Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi playing cleanup hitter as the Attorney General. We've got a lot to cover here this morning. Nice to see you. It's the Steve Gruber Show. All right, I don't know where to continue this list, but how about Hunter Biden? Well, how about Hunter Biden? That's the obvious choice. Senator Kennedy asked Cash about that during the confirmation hearings. Here's what was said about that. Listen.
Mr. Hunter Biden cheated on his income taxes. Didn't pay $1.4 million in income taxes over 4 years. And he filed fraudulent returns. He tried to deduct his hookers as a business expense, for God's sakes. And they hit him with 2 misdemeanors before there was a public outcry. Don't you think the American people are entitled to know the details of that?
The American people are entitled to a singular form of justice and the details to every public corruption investigation.
There you go. The single standard of justice. If there's public corruption, we're entitled to know about it. It should be noted that President Biden pardoned Hunter Biden, despite saying he wasn't going to, around the same time that Donald Trump revealed Kash Patel as a top pick for the FBI director. By the way, where is Joe Biden? Has anybody seen him? Is Joe Biden alive, by the way? I mean, we were told what great health he was in, and he was sharp as a tack. All BS, of course. Oh, and he pardoned his entire family. So let's not forget Republicans, even those who schemed and conspired against Donald Trump and the American people over the last several years. There are some, you know. Take Liz Cheney, for example. Voters kicked her out of Wyoming for her treacherous actions on the January 6th committee. But let's not let the accountability stop there. Cheney knowingly communicated with a key January 6th witness, Cassidy Hutchinson, without her attorney's knowledge, violating ethical standards. Hutchinson's testimony was critical for the Select Committee's investigation of President Trump. And Cheney apparently bypassed Hutchinson's lawyer, encouraging her to fire her attorney and helping her find new representation, according to text messages discovered by House Republicans. That's called witness tampering, my friends. It's not legal. But Andrew Cuomo thinks we just need to let it go. Here he is.
I just think you let it go. You won.
What about
and start doing what matters to everybody else.
No, they're not gonna let
so
it
we'll
go.
see if they can do it.
I wouldn't let it go.
I know.
Either.
I believe that.
I wouldn't let it go.
I think
because
I think it's a weakness.
You can't have members of Congress at a high profile.
I wouldn't let it go either. You can't have members of Congress at that high level doing that sort of garbage. The same mainstream media that is hyper-focused on January 6th is telling Donald Trump to just let it go when it comes to investigating elected officials who have broken their oath to the Constitution and broken the law. Are you kidding me? No one deserves justice more than the victims of the likes of Jeffrey Epstein and well, P. Diddy. We still don't know all the key players involved in the sex trafficking rings that these men facilitated, and there's a reason we don't know. There are powerful men and women trying to stop that information from reaching the light of day. It needs to come out. Senator Marsha Blackburn says she's been stonewalled by the FBI before when she's tried to look into this. Hopefully that's going to stop it. Let me remind you, here she is.
I want to talk to you about the Epstein case. I have worked on this for years, trying to get those records of who flew on Epstein's plane and who helped him build this international human trafficking, sex trafficking ring. Now, earlier I urged then Chairman Durbin to subpoena those records, and I ended up being blocked by Senator Durbin and Christopher Wray. They stonewalled on this, and I know that breaking up these trafficking rings is important to President Trump. So will you?
It is incredibly important. Why would she be stonewalled on the P. Diddy list, on the Epstein list? Sex trafficking and child sex trafficking has no place in the United States of America. And maybe now, with Kash Patel at the helm, we can make that a reality. We want the truth. We want the names of the men and the women who have benefited from corruption and breaking the law. My gut tells me there might be some repeat offenders on the list that appear both on the Epstein and the P. Diddy list. What do you think? Double trouble. They deserve to be behind bars, most likely, but let's investigate and find out. I hope Kash Patel will be the one to make it happen. I feel even more hopeful after Dan Bongino has been tapped as Kash's number 2 as the FBI deputy director. Dan's a former Secret Service agent turned political commentator who's done a lot to open America's eyes to voter fraud, government overreach, and the deep state's tactics. He's done it every day for a long time. It's pretty amazing that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are now running the FBI when just in the past few years they've been shadow banned for speaking the truth. But it seems like the truth has always been able to break through the surface. I hope that happens a little more under this new FBI that now shares this goal with President Trump. Listen to him.
I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful. Retribution will be through success. If we can make this country successful, that would be that would be such a great achievement. Bring it back. We have a country now that's overridden with crime, that has millions of people that shouldn't be here, that should be in prisons in other countries, that should be in mental institutions. We have drug lords being dropped into our country and told never go back to their country. I'm looking to make our country great.
Looking to make our country great, as many of us are. Look, there's a lot of work to be done. But many of the players are now in place. Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, they're all in place now. So now we get to go full steam ahead, and we'll see what comes out. I look forward to it. If you're looking to take control of your health, at the Wellness Company, we offer doctor-formulated supplements and personalized care to boost your wellness, whether it's immune support, heart health, or just feeling your best every day. We've got you covered. Become a member today and enjoy exclusive access to expert consultations, premium products, and health content. If you're ready to start, visit twc.health/Gruber right now. Use the promo code Gruber. Save 10%. The Wellness Company, your health, your way. twc.health/Gruber. That's right. twc.health/Gruber. By the way, brand new coffee in the cup today. 1775 coffee. It's really good. They've got a protein creamer that can get you started. It's really good too, by the way. This protein creamer, it's a lot to it. I'll tell you about it in the days to come. I drink a lot of coffee. 1775 said, hey, Gruber, you want to drink this coffee? I said, I don't know. Let me try it. Yeah, that's what I'll be drinking. Really good. 1775coffee.com if you want to check that out. All right, I'll take a break and be back. It is the Steve Gruber Show. All right, so Anthony says if I don't tell you he's my best friend, he's going to close the mic for the next 2 hours. Ain't that right, Anthony? That was the ultimatum laid down. Let me ask you something serious, Anthony.
Well, you got to say it.
Anthony is my best friend ever, the greatest human being ever. Come on.
You guys all hear that?
Yeah, okay. So listen, have you ever been to a Hooters?
Nope.
Have you ever seen one?
Yeah, pretty run-down ones.
Yeah, well, you won't be seeing them much longer. Here's the news flash. Hooters going bankrupt. I mean, the chicken wings were always marginal. I mean, the Hooters was a big thing like in the 80s and the 90s. Well, they're looking at bankruptcy. The company having real trouble, according to Bloomberg. Ropes and Gray brought on board for preparations for that move. According to the outlet, they could file court papers on Hooters' behalf in the coming 2 months to kick off the restructuring if the restaurant chain decides to take that step. There are 410 Hooters still operating. I had no idea. The only one that I knew that was anywhere near my house went out it closed shop years ago, right? Went out years ago. 410 outlets. I had no idea. And their wings, the reason is their wings aren't, I don't care about the tacky attire, whatever. Tacky is tacky, anyhow. There you have it. So, Let's see. What do we got coming up? Mary Flynn O'Neill will be here, the future executive director, America's future executive director, talking about diving into the Trump agenda. Is he going to get it done? And I have to wonder, did you know this? This is what I just learned. The House has put together this big bill, this reconciliation bill that Donald Trump wants to put everything together. You know what's not in there? The Trump tax cuts are not in there. What? Telling you the truth. No Trump tax cuts in the reconciliation bill. How could that be? That's stabbing Trump in the back. That's foundational to his promises to the American people. Right? Right. Anyhow. So that's happening. We'll talk about Mary Flynn O'Neill coming up. Rob Renee later, the founder of Exodus, will be with me as well. So don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Gruber Show. Nice to see you. All right, welcome back to it. I missed a really important get-together because I had to go to CPAC, and as a result of that, I changed my itinerary. Should not have done that. It's on me. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's on me. And I missed the Triumphant Voices for Freedom at Mar-a-Lago. It was a big celebration, happened about a week ago. Joining me now is Mary Flynn O'Neill. She is America's future executive director. Mary, nice to see you this week. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Steve. It's wonderful. I'm sorry you missed it. It was a great show. It was a really great event.
And some good friends of mine were there. You know, Ted Nugent was there, and Lara Logan was there, and I saw a lot of folks there that I know well. And next time, trust me, you won't have to ask me twice. Just the scheduling thing, you know. I thought I had this crazy idea, Mary, that when Donald Trump got inaugurated, it would all kind of settle down and slow down. Guess what? No. It's gotten faster and faster and faster. You know, how do you feel about things so far?
Oh, I feel great. I'm so proud of the American people for putting Donald Trump in and giving him Congress. Let's hope we can keep it. You know, they showed their, and it really was great for the American people to understand how important their vote and their voices are. So, you know, that's what we do at this organization that's 80 years old. You know, they've been doing this a long time, this organization. People need to understand the power they have. I'm so proud of the American people. Really, it's amazing.
I agree with you on that. Look, and look, we've been talking about all the things that have been happening. You know, you've got Kash Patel gets confirmed, and so do all the others folks. You know, we're going to be so close. Bobby Kennedy gets in, Tulsi Gabbard gets in. You know, Pete Hegseth gets in. All these people will never make it, said the Democrats. Wrong. And then all these other great things are happening. The nation of Japan says we'll send $1 trillion and invest in America. Apple announces $500 billion in investment, including an academy to be put together in Detroit, not too far from where I live. I mean, it's all remarkable, and it's all so incredibly positive, isn't it?
It is. It's so wonderful. You know, it just goes to show you how, you know, and one of the reasons that I always wanted Donald Trump in as president, even in the beginning in 2016 and so forth, he's a businessman. And I'm very tired of lawyers ruining this country, really. I mean, he's a businessman. I'm a businesswoman. I've been in business over 40 years. And I understood that this is very important, that we have a man who is no joke at negotiating and showing the power that this country has and possesses throughout the world. Now, the problem is we've been into so many bad wars and so much bad stuff, what we're seeing coming, you know, to fruition, all this corruption and money and all this kind of stuff that the American people are going to be completely, you know, floored by, because the numbers are incredible, the money. But now we need to spread our American exceptionalism, our freedom-loving, you know, God-loving country across this world and have peace and spread. Look at the people all in the other nations protesting against all the, you know, dictators and oppression that they've been all under. So it's really amazing that America can actually do its job this time. I really hope and, you know, pray that is what is happening, and American people are riding this great wave.
Absolutely. You know, you talk about America's future, the voices of freedom and the triumphant voices of freedom there at Mar-a-Lago, and America's future. You know, America's future also includes peace, apparently. And what I mean by that is look, I see the investment in the economy, and that's remarkable, and I see the border being sealed. But then I see Donald Trump working not just to stop the wars in Gaza and Ukraine, but around the world. He's bringing in the French president, the Prime Minister of the UK, leaders from all over the world to say, look, let's stop the wars. Let's stop all these wars all over the globe. This Trump effect, to me, it's global, Mary. How do you see it?
It is. Well, I think it's great. It's a movement. It's a global movement that is a righteous global movement, as opposed to the left, you know, elite, you know, horrible globalist movement that has been going on, trying to destroy the West. I mean, you know, we are now in a time of our history that, you know, that in this country that we really can shine and spread this American exceptionalism. We are going to fight against these globalists, these really dark globalists, I call them, and spread the right stuff now. So it's so good.
And I just keep going through this page, and let me go to the next page here, Mary, which is spending our resources where they belong and getting, you know, compensated for what we do, working out a deal with Ukraine for natural resources, as we should. Europe had a deal for all the natural resources, yet it was America paying the bill to fund the war where they don't even know where half the money went, right? I mean, it's mind-boggling. And I look at that, I go, how in the world did we get taken down the garden path like this? And then you've got USAID, supposed to be, in my imagination, it'd be bags of grain and water wells in Africa for people that don't have water, or maybe a library or a school for underprivileged communities in different countries. That's not what it was at all. They're paying for election interference, they're paying for media propaganda, and all of this. I mean, it's just a different day across the board, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a dark organization that's been not only those things you just mentioned, but, transgender spreading, and then we have the child trafficking and all the really perverted things that these people have been doing. It's really, that's a dark stain on our country, the things that we've allowed. And by the way, you've got a lot of Republicans and Democrats, both sides, that are, have been participating in this stuff, and they have forgotten they took an oath. And that's another thing that I really talk about these oaths that they take to the Constitution. And boy, I'll tell you, it's like they don't care. Nobody cares about this. This is an important oath to our country. I mean, it's really, really sick that people don't understand that. And you know what? It's the taxpayers that are really suffering. I mean, I'm talking to people all over the country, and they're like floored. They're floored by the amounts of money, that Doge is coming out with, like $1 trillion, found in one one department that says, the $1 trillion was just used.
If you listen to the folks on MSNBC where Joy Reid got the boot and some others did as well, they keep tossing people off that sinking ship. There's no evidence of fraud. Elon Musk has shown us no evidence of any of that. Come on.
Oh, I know. Well, they're all in denial. They're all nuts. They really are, Steve. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just another way that they have, propagandaized this country, told lies, complete lies. I mean, the lies are done now. There's no lying anymore because the American people have suffered enough. And that is, when the American people suffer, the world suffers, okay? Really. I mean, because people all over the world look for us to stand up, for our rights. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, I mean, the money is an evil thing too, though, Steve. You got to understand, in my background, I'm a compliance finance auditor. That's what I've done. I've been in the nonprofit world a long time.
So the crazy thing about the left is they do not understand money very well. They're not very good with math. Yeah. They're not very good with telling the truth. They're not very good with foreign policy. They're not very good with domestic policy. They're not very good with any of the stuff called good governance. And Mary, I'd like to talk to you for about another hour. But we got to leave it right there for today. Okay. America's Future Executive Director Mary, thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
We'll talk again soon. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Look, there's optimism here in America today. America's back, and it feels good, doesn't it? I'll take a break. It's the Steve Gruber Show. Hey, welcome back to it here on the Steve Gruber Show. I'm glad you're along for the conversation. So much to cover. You know, Ivy and I take our health very seriously. We talk about health here a lot and different health products. We do because, look, I'm not 25 anymore. I know it's hard to believe. And so you find tricks, right? You find ways to make yourself feel better. That's all. We go to the gym 2-3 times a week. When the weather's better, we'll walk in. We'll do 75 hard again. Not because it was easy, because it was hard. But, man, I felt good doing that program, trying to get the guy that founded that here on the program. And we also take, you know, different supplements to make sure we feel good. And I found one recently I just want to share with you. It's called Exodus, right? And it has 7 biblical ingredients, and it has molecular hydrogen. And I just think it's terrific. It sits right here on my desk, actually. I take it every day. Exodus. Great supplement, makes me feel focused and sharp, and I thought if it did that for me, it might do that for you. Rob Renee is the founder of Exodus Strong. You can find it at tryexodusnow.com. Rob, welcome back to the program. You're a biblical man. You have a biblical formula, but you also have modern science involved here. Nice to see you today.
Yeah, nice to see you. So excited to be here.
Yeah, it's a new product, and you've got some new things that are your personal Exodus.
Yeah,
tell me about this.
Exciting because this came out of really a problem I had. Right, I had fatigue and was tired. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I had to take a nap, and I'm like, "Come on!" It's like you said, it's like I'm not getting any younger, but at the same time, I was getting really frustrated because I, like you, I worked out. 3 days a week. I walk a lot. I exercise. I'm like, why am I so tired? The society we're in has so many toxins. Our food is bad. Our air is bad. Our water is bad. And so I'm like, I have to find something. So I literally went to the Word and was looking for things in the Bible, like how can I re-energize myself? How can I provide health to my body? And what came up from it is this product called Exodus, and it's just an amazing health solution. We're calling it the fatigue to vitality system because we really not only including the supplement, but we're helping people all along the journey. So we have a checklist. It's like simple and easy to follow. But it's a 40-day journey to get you to natural health and natural energy, so you don't have to use substances like caffeine or energy drinks or have to do afternoon naps.
About the worst thing you can put in your body is an energy drink. I mean, we figured that out. In fact, I read about a couple of young people that sadly died from over-consuming energy drinks. Stop it, because they start chugging these things. No, don't do that. It's not healthy for you. I don't like them either because it might pick you up for a bit, then you crash. I don't drink the things.
The crash.
I like to feel better.
It's just the amount of money people are spending on coffee, right? You go spend your $7 a day on a Starbucks coffee, probably $8 a day nowadays with the hot coffee prices. It's just amazing how much people spend to try to get that extra energy, and then that energy falls off in the afternoon, and so they need another thing. And we've got this amazing solution that just gives people sustained energy, and it's just so exciting. It's fatigue to vitality. Who doesn't want vitality, right? I want it at my age, and I want it even when I'm older. And I believe we've built this system that is just incredible for people. In fact, we're here at the NRB conference in Dallas, Texas. We're booth 837. We're so excited to be there because we're with all the religious broadcasters and podcasters and people of influence in the Christian faith. Sure. And they're going to learn about the fatigue to vitality solution. So I'm so excited.
So tell me about the bigger mission. You're also out there trying to get people to read the Bible. It's one of the things you do. You want people to know about the biblical formula here, but you want people to read the Bible every day, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's so important. Our big mission is to get 1 million new people to read the Word through their health. So we literally have a prayer guide that goes with every single bottle of our product because we want you to engage your eyes, right, in reading it out loud. There's power in the tongue. The Bible tells us specifically that. And then you use your ears to hear yourself say it. You're using multiple senses. You take the capsules, and so it's inside your body. It's working. Your eyes are working. Your ears are working. Your mouth is working, and you're declaring it. And by that power of that combination of a multi-sensory solution really makes this system the 40-day journey a really compelling one, because if you do it correctly, and then we even have a Bible study plan that's part of our fatigue to vitality system.
And I want people to try it. Look, I can promise you this. And people, look, if you watch this program, I only tell you something if I've tried it myself. This Exodus thing it's cool. I mean, it's like, wow. I told Ivy here about, I don't know, a month ago. I just said, man, I made a mistake, Rob. I was only well, I'm looking at the bottle here. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to take 2. Because I felt pretty good. I've been taking 1. I took 2, and I'm like, man, we're on it now.
Yeah.
So now we're on. Anyhow, so I made a mistake. I didn't read your instructions, Rob. It was my fault. Anyhow, tell the folks real quick how they can find it, because I'm telling you, folks, you're going to like the way you feel. I do. Go ahead. Yeah, and I'm excited to offer something really unique for your listeners. Because if you use a coupon code Gruber on checkout, we're going to send you 5 travel packs for free in addition to the bottle. And these travel packs are awesome because there's 6 capsules in it that you can share with other people. And so they get a 3-day trial basically of the system for free. Your friends or family can. Cool. And they're going to see the benefits, and they're going to be so excited about it. And that's like a $30 value, $35 value we're giving to you for free just to try it. Right? So buy a bottle, and use the coupon code Gruber. You're going to get a discount. Plus, you're going to get those 5 free travel packs, which I think will really make a difference to your friends and family. So if you know anybody who's tired, which is everybody, Exodus, and they're going to have vitality and energy. And then if you start doing the research on the benefits of the molecular hydrogen, you're going to be going, what? This is amazing. So, and you'll be so excited that Steve Gruber introduced it to you. There you go. TryExodusNow.com. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. TryExodusNow.com, Rob. Great product. And now that I know how to take the right amount, it really works.
There you go.
TryExodusNow.com. Rob Renee, thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Yeah, there you go. Look, we appreciate him. We appreciate you being here. And look, if you're tired of being tired, yeah, it'll make a difference. I'm telling you right now. I'll be right back. It's the Steve Gruber Show. right. Well, NBC News. It's a graveyard. I don't know who's left. Lester Holt. Lester Holt is gone. He stepped down. Joy Reid fired this week. Alex Wagner fired this week. But Lester Holt says, hey, you can't fire me. I quit. He's been 10 years in that job. His ratings have never been particularly good. David Muir at ABC, another dishonest pretend journalist, has been on top of the ratings for the big networks for a while. But look, it's not like it used to be. Yeah. Lester Holt was a radio reporter in San Francisco. You know, I was a radio reporter in Montana. I kind of understand that. You never know where it's going to lead you. He joined NBC News in the year 2000. Served as principal anchor of Dateline NBC. He took over NBC Nightly News in 2015 after Brian Bryan got the boot. He was moved to NBC after lying about where his experience had taken him. Anyhow, he spent 8 years on the Weekend Edition, 10 years the big chair, and now he's running for the door because, look, ratings at NBC and MSNBC are in the toilet. They're not coming back. Those networks are in real trouble. Same thing at CNN. Watch the axe continue to swing at CNN and MSNBC. Look, when you lie to the people over and over again and you get caught, well, at some point you pay a price for that. And they're paying a price for that right now. And the price is high. Yes, the price is high. Goodbye, Lester. You're out. Reminder here, make sure you follow me on all the social media platforms because we've got a movement going. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, which is partially owned by Dan Bongino, by the way. That's cool. Subscribe on Substack. Subscribe everywhere. It's growing, and the truth does matter. The truth matters. We tell it here every single day. We continue in the next hour. Let's see. We've got Mary Rook, Steve Hayes will be here, and so much more coming up in the next hour of the Steve Gruber Show.